North Carolina Republican Congressman Trey Gowdy is chairman of the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee. He joins us tonight from Greenville. Welcome back to Special Report, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Brett.
First of all, on the Kavanaugh situation, your thoughts about where we are now and this latest letter from her attorney that they're now negotiating on her to testify.
It's an incredibly serious allegation that, in my judgment, Brett, is not mitigated by the passage of time. It's an equally straightforward denial by Judge Kavanaugh. When the suspect says, "I was not even at the scene of the party," that's a classic credibility context. One witness says that I was physically and sexually assaulted to the point that I was in fear for my life. And the person that she names as the suspect says I was not even at the party. So the only way I know to reconcile that is for Dr. Ford to testify and for Judge Kavanaugh to testify and for good, fair, but firm questions to be asked of both. I don't know how an FBI investigation would help unless they're able to locate witnesses that can either corroborate or contradict. There is no crime scene to analyze. There are no forensics to analyze. And the FBI can't interview her and Judge Kavanaugh and then repeat back what they say. You can't determine credibility that way. So I hope that she comes. I hope that she will testify. I think she'll be treated fairly. I would hope that she would. And I think Judge Kavanaugh should also be given an opportunity to respond to these allegations.
You mentioned the FBI investigation call, and that really is what Democrats are saying the most. Here is Senator Doug Jones and also Sheldon Whitehouse.
I prosecuted 38-year-old cases, so they're pretty good about locating witnesses and finding people. That's their job. They're a hell of a lot better at it than the Senate majority or minority staff. That's what the FBI does. That's what they're trained to do.
There's two. I want one more. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand just a few moments ago, earlier this afternoon.
Judge Kavanaugh has not asked to have the FBI review these claims. Is that the reaction of an innocent person? It is not.
Can you get reaction to all of those?
Wow. When I walked into the studio tonight, there was a presumption of innocence, and you did not have to prove your innocence. So I'm a little surprised at what the senator from New York said. Brett, I'll tell you this. I think that Dr. Ford met with Democrat legislators before the FBI investigated it. I know that she talked to the Washington Post before the FBI investigated it. The FBI does not have jurisdiction over state sex assault claims. If they want to locate witnesses, if there are witnesses that know whether or not this happened, I'm all for it, and I'm all for them being compelled to come testify. But the FBI does not have jurisdiction over a state sex assault claim, and Judge Kavanaugh does not have the burden of proving his innocence. He has said he was not present. The last time I checked, the government has the burden of proof in a criminal case. Now, if someone argued, well, this isn't criminal, you know, Brett, he was vetted for the second highest court in the land 15 years ago. These are incredibly serious allegations. If they make you unfit for the highest court in the land, would they also not make you unfit for the second highest court in the land?
Sounds like it's going to continue even if he gets through, according to Sheldon Whitehouse. I want to turn topics. The Senate Judiciary Committee is obviously investigating all that, and they say they're on top of the Kavanaugh investigation, even though Democrats are not taking part. Now to the topic of the declassification.
The Kavanaugh accusations, lacking all corroboration, were purported to have taken place over 35 years ago. Yet still, the calls for the FBI involvement continues. You heard from our previous segment. Now, I wonder what prominent Democrats, say former vice presidents, were saying back during the Clarence Thomas hearings.
The next person that refers to an FBI report as being worth anything obviously doesn't understand anything. FBI explicitly does not, in this or any other case, reach a conclusion. Period. Period. The reason why we cannot rely on the FBI report, you wouldn't like it if we did, because it is inconclusive.
Period. Period. Oh, my God. Don't we just love Biden? It's the gift that keeps on giving. Please run in 2020. Here to react, Bill Gavin, former assistant director of the FBI in New York. Bill, I mean, we've all been having fun with this tape today. It was back on tape back then. But it is the talking point of the activists. I think they get their sheet of talking points, bullet point, bullet point, bullet one of it. All we want is an FBI investigation. Bill, what's the truth about what the FBI could do here?
It's so crazy. I just don't understand. Everybody wants an FBI investigation. An investigation of what? A criminal investigation? You want the FBI to go stick their nose into some place where they have absolutely no jurisdiction? There's no predicate offense for the FBI to look at it? That doesn't make any sense. Now, is there any... Nobody's going to deny that maybe something happened to Dr. Ford, and I don't want to be de minimis of that. But let's face it. There is nothing for the FBI to go look at from a forensic point of view. There's been no allegation, there's been no complaint filed by Dr. Ford locally where the FBI could go back and look at these reports and see who's in there. Nothing can do. There's three things.
But clearly, Senator Gillibrand knows a lot more about investigating than you do. Bill, take it away. Final thoughts.
How anybody that's allegedly educated and has worked themselves into the position of being a senator can have such an inane assumption is crazy. I don't understand what they're saying, and they don't understand the complexity of what has to be done in something like this.
Bill, it's a talking
I'll tell you
point.
where the investigation should happen, Laura. The investigation should be of the despicable, horrible, unethical performance of Senator Dianne Not-So-Feinstein. This is ridiculous what she wants done. She held that letter for, what, 45 days? Then redacted it in such a way to make it look like it would support her point of view. She offed poor Dr. Ford. She promised him to maintain her anonymity. She offed her because it was for her own good.
Yeah, you know what I want? And Bill, thanks so much. I want investigation of who leaked that letter. Who got that out? Oh, it's not her office? Oh, really? Okay. Let's do it. Let's investigate that, shall we? Bill, thanks so much.